Police are classifying it as a hit and run. The car drove across the median and into the building behind me. Don Ray Thomason owns the building next door, and he owns this property here, which you'll notice doesn't have a building on it. That's because a strong wind blew that building down last year. The grass beneath my feet is nothing but ashes. I picked up a little bit so you can see. I mean, that's literally just blowing away in the wind. As you can see behind me, the tornado has really ripped through this neighborhood. I'm going to step out of the frame so you can get a better view. The family of Jared Lakey has been waiting for this verdict since 2019. On Friday, Carter County Sheriff Chris Bryant was pulled over here in Wilson on 10th and Hewitt Streets. When an officer got out to make contact, here's what happened. This announcement just proves my mom right. It's always worth it to fill out your federal student aid application because even if you don't think you'll get anything back, there's always a chance. The sheriff told me he's worried about the violent criminals that could be released from incarceration in just 20 days. But for Tammy Woodall, whose daughter was murdered in 2002, this feels like a slap in the face.
It's not fair.
Woodall's daughter, Rachel, was beaten with a tire iron, shot several times, and then buried alive by her ex-boyfriend, Tyler Mullins. Mullins was sentenced to life without parole in 2003, but in January had a new hearing. Since he's a member of the Chickasaw Nation, he gets a new trial with the federal courts, and if the U.S. Attorney's Office doesn't pick up his case in 20 days, he could walk free.
For families like me, families with rape victims or child molesters or anything like that, they need to call their federal government and plead with them, just like I have, that they take this case.
It's already happened for two men awaiting trial in Ada.
Nobody picked that case up, and so he was turned loose.
Neither the Chickasaw Nation nor the U.S. Attorney's Office filed a warrant or detainer against 43-year-old Jimmy Northcutt, accused of murder, and 29-year-old Stephen Davis, accused of child abuse. So both were released from jail last month.
They gave 20 days for us to do something with these inmates. And so I have inmates in there that are in there for murder, for rape, for child molestation, and all of those, if they don't get picked up by the U.S. Attorney's Office, then they will be released.
All of Pontotoc County is reservation land, so if the victim or the criminal is tribal, Pontotoc County can't arrest or charge the suspect.
I have no jurisdiction. I can't work that crime.
Christian says the only way he believes this can be fixed is with federal legislation. The robbery happened around 9 Tuesday morning when a girl walked up to tellers in this bank holding a note saying she was armed and demanding money. Ardmore Police Captain Claude Henry told me the bank handled it exactly the way they should have.
They obviously did what they had to do. They gave the money up. The most important thing is we got a really good description. And so that was a good line of communication from the bank to our dispatch, which allows us to narrow our search down.
Police spotted the car driving in a nearby neighborhood. Charles Carr saw police pull the suspects over and recorded it.
I was visiting my sister, and I'm looking out that window, and I saw the car get pulled over. And then 5 or 6 cop cars pulled over, and they all ran to the car with the guns on them and pulled 2 girls out the car. I didn't know what was going on. Thought it was drugs.
Carr says it looked like the suspects cooperated.
I'm glad they didn't get shot, though. Yeah. Them people, they had the guns out ready, so they didn't do nothing. I'm glad they didn't get shot. And Ardmore cops did pretty good.
With the help of a tracker, Ardmore police found some of the stolen money near 12th Avenue and G Street.
With any crime, there's a risk-reward factor. Definitely with the way technology is working, with everything that businesses can do to protect themselves and to report to us what is occurring or whenever a heinous crime is being committed. The reward continues to go down.
More money was found in the car, but police don't know yet if it was from the robbery. Henry says 2 suspects were arrested. Caitlin Woodward was booked into the Carter County Jail for conjoint robbery. Since the other girl was a minor, her name won't be released unless she's tried as an adult. Hundreds of students from across Oklahoma came to learn about history, what it was like to be in the fur trade in the 1840s, play traditional games, and try food from days gone by. Chisholm Trail Director Jason Harris has been cooking old recipes on this fire.
We're showing how people would cook traditional foods.
He says the turnout has been great and he's glad kids are enjoying it.
For history, it's when you get to take kids out and you get to go to some of the historic sites and you can see people demonstrate how you did things in the past or how they lived or cooked. That's kind of like the history lab for students. So it's not just the textbook. They get to go see it and experience, and I think it helps them build a stronger connection to their own past.
You get to see people walking around in the old-timey clothes, and that's pretty cool to me.
Collinsville Elementary 4th grader Braxton Talley says he enjoys learning about history, and field trips like this help him remember it more.
The buildings, they have ruins in them, and broken rocks, broken wood, and it's really cool.
Wampanoag 4th grader Hollywood Menges agrees.
It's fun, and you get to learn a lot of new stuff.
The main thing I heard from students today:
the root beer.
I think they should check out down there in the buildings and the root beer.
The rendezvous will be open from 9 to 5 until Saturday and 9 to 2 on Sunday. At Fort Washita, Caroline Cluiss, News 12.